Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Put it over to run.
So Chaos Max is in Duel Links now. Hi, it's the local Dragon Lady here, and I have been experimenting with the Blue Eyes Chaos Max skill in Duel Links. Now, for those of you unaware, there's a new skill called Scorns of Ultimate Defeat, and essentially what it does is once you reach turn 6 into a duel, you activate the skill and it adds the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon to the top of your deck. Now, as a bonus, if your opponent happens to have a monster in defense position with a defense of 3,500 or more on their side of the field, you will also get Chaos Form, but we're not worried about that. Really, all you need to do is to get to turn 6 and bam, you can get Chaos Max out. So I have built a deck to do that, and really all I did is I took my standard Blue Eyes White Dragon deck and I tweaked it to add some ritual support and some defense. Put your opponent's monsters into defense position because that's the dragon's true power, is the double piercing. Now, I've been doing a lot of experimentations. I have made some changes since I've done my replays, but one of the more important cards you want is Sonic Bird. Now, you can put multiple Chaos Forms in your deck if you want, but I highly recommend that you only have one Chaos Form and use Sonic Bird because one, he's a monster, so if you get enough to work with, you can put him in defense or use him as a target for your Cosmo Brain to get our Blue Eyes out. But once he's normal summoned, you can add a ritual magic card from your deck to your hand. And it doesn't matter what background your opponent has. Once you special summon this monster, bam, you get the effect, get the search, and that's it. You know, if your opponent wants to do a Floodgate Trap Hole, a Candina, doesn't really matter. So at least you'll get that effect. And 3-sphere Karibos I found is very handy. It's good as a form of defense, and it sends your opponent's monster in defense position, which is what you really want. The initial goal of this deck is to still beat your opponent through the typical Blue Eyes means, but if the duel lasts until turn 6, bam, you get your ace card and you go in for the win. Now, Chaos Max is really good, but he's not invincible, and I will show you in one of my replays. There's a lot of non-targeting effects you can do to protect yourself, and I will mention those. But yes, for my extra deck, it's the same thing as usual. I have my Vermilion, Stardust Dragon, Armades, Zorais, Gigantic Castle, 2 of them, and then we're back to my main deck. So let's go ahead and go to the replays. Now, I found ranked duels, or at least at King of Games, is the best way to test this out because people tend to go all out. So let's go ahead and go to my first one. So Seto Kaiba versus Seto Kaiba. Now, I don't know if many people have encountered anyone else using this skill. I have not. But I will say this. Each time I do get Chaos Max out, there is always a delay. So far, people don't really know how to respond to this card because, as I mentioned in my previous video, most of the effects in Duel Links targets.
Your reason for
so really, what can you do unless you use other non-targeting effects to decrease the attack power or bounce it back? What can you do? So right off the bat, this person is playing 6 Samurais, which I knew wasn't going to end very well for this individual. First of all, Blue Eyes against 6 Sams is a really good matchup, and second, almost everything that 6 Sams do is targeting. So once you get the Blue Eyes Chaos Max out, that's it. They can't do anything, not unless they have a special trap to deal with it. So right off the bat, I got Sonic Bird. So I know right off the bat, I can get Chaos Form. And another thing with 6 Sams you have to be prepared for is for their Xian, the Synchro Monster. And that's what I have my Silver's Cry there for. You need to bait out the effect of negation. So right off the bat, this person's going after my egg, which is fine. A typical strategy, so I'm going to get my Dragon Spirit of White to get rid of a back row. One important strategy when you're going against 6 Sams is try not to have more than one card on your field. I know that seems hard, but it's easy for Blue Eyes because they're all strong monsters and they're hard to get over. Because they can use their trap card to bounce to your hand, but with Chaos Knight doesn't matter because it's a targeting effect. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. So basically all I'm doing is turtling up, drawing cards, and with my Dragon Spirit of White, I can easily swap it out for a Blue Eyes White Dragon if need be. So right off the bat, here we go. Synchro summoning into Xian, thinks he's going to crash him, but I'm not having it, so I swap out for the Blue Eyes White Dragon. And there's only one card there, so he can't target it to bounce it to my hand with his traps. And here we go. Got my Chaos Max. So the first thing I gotta do is to bait out Xian's effect, and which it works. Because Silver's Craw is too good of a card to ignore. So he's going to negate it, and bam, I'm free to do whatever I want. So I need Chaos Form. So here we go. I normal summon the Sonic Bird. Chaos Form is in my hand. And now I can use Chaos Form without any fear of it getting negated. Chaos Max is out. And once I got him out, I swear there's a delay of about 20 seconds. This person wasn't sure what to do. So, bam. Attack and attack, defense, attack such a monster. And here we go. Now, 6 tile, I don't know if they attempted to target my Chaos Max, but it would not have worked anyway. But, so, my Sonic Bird and my Blue Eyes is back into my hand. Doesn't matter, Chaos Max is all I need. So this person is trying to get some resources to see if they can find a way to deal with it. So they're using the 6 Samurais United. More effects. And right off the bat from defense position. You don't want to do that. And Inishi. This, I can tell what this person is trying to do. They're thinking they can use Inishi to possibly bounce to get rid of my Chaos Max, but again, Inishi targets. So there's nothing they can do here. Nothing. So, draw my card, and here I go. Bam! 6,000 damage. That is crazy. So if you're playing, just a little tip, if you're playing 6 Samurais, have something to protect yourself against Chaos Max. Use a Drowning Mirror Force, use a Wall of D, Floodgate Trap Hole also works. So once you see that skill get activated, you know it's coming. Okay, here's a good replay that demonstrates how you can defend yourself against Chaos Max. This duel was fairly tight. The strategy was going very well. And this person is playing as Isis. And I'm going first. Now the thing is, if you plan on playing Chaos Max, you do get an advantage if you go second, simply how the synchro, how the turns go by. Because by the time it gets back to you, it's going to be turn 6, and you can activate your effect to put Chaos Max on the top of your deck.
My turn.
So I'm going first, so I knew that's a little iffy. But I have a defense, defense draw. Now I'm not using it right now. During this time I was playing defense draw, but hey, it protects you from getting attacked, and you can draw a card. So, this person is playing Gravekeepers and Necro Valley. Now, Necro Valley only really it can affect Blue Eyes decks pretty badly. You can't use Silver's Cry, and you can't banish your eggs that put a Blue Eyes to your hand. So right off the bat, this person is fusion summoning into Gravekeepers Supernaturalist. A really good card. Necro Valley Throne. Gravekeepers is a deck you don't want to mess with. So I was really on my guard with this one. So thank goodness for defense draw. I won't take any damage. And I get the draw card, so I got an egg. So yes, as you can tell starting off, it isn't that great for me, but the eggs, again, they offer some form of defense. It's better than nothing. I'm okay with taking some damage, which I knew was coming because this person is getting all the Gravekeepers in their hand.
summon my monster's effect activates.
And, well, another fusion summon.
Summon a monster.
So,
Monster's effect activates.
I'm not gonna lie, at this point I wasn't that optimistic. I knew I would survive this turn at least, simply because of the egg. But bam, that was a big blow, only 700 life points left. So this person definitely has the upper hand, and I'm sure they're thinking, okay, next turn, this Dragon Lady's done. So I'll use the egg, to at least get rid of a Necro Valley. That had to go. I had to go, and at least have a body. So another defense draw. That's good, I attempted to go on the offensive here. Brought him under a million, but bam, that backfired. Floodgate Trap Hole, so I couldn't use the effect to destroy a card. But hey, that put an egg in the grave, and I can get out my Dragon Spirit of Life to get rid of the other back row. At least I thought. Because they chained it with Rite of Spirit. So. But that was fine by me because any kind of back row always makes me nervous.
I activate my monster's effect.
So let's get a third body. So despite my low life points, I'm in a very good position here because I have 3 bodies on the field. So that gives me time. But it's turn 6. Turn 6. So this is where the skill can be activated, but only on my turn though. If I went second, I would have been able to activate it by now.
Monster's effect activate. It's my battle phase.
So this person is saying, hey, well, might as well get rid of these bodies that this Dragon Lady has.
I shall attack you with my monster.
Let me get another Necro Valley. So that made me nervous too. Very, very
That
nervous.
is my turn.
So I draw a card. Squad's ultimate defeat. Bam. The Chaos Max is now at the top of my deck. So I want to get another body on the field. I really don't want to lose my remaining life points. Get rid of them in the process because, hey, why not? Swap out for the Blue Eyes. There we go. Let's get rid of that field.
It's my turn. I draw.
This
person is using Necro Valley.
Necro Valley.
But at this point, it doesn't really matter because I know I have Chaos Max on my next turn.
I draw.
And I have plenty of little 8 tributes. So the next thing I gotta do is get Chaos 4.
Spies effect active. Come to me.
And,
Gravekeeper's
last until
descendant.
that long. So my 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons is very, very good.
I've had enough
It's
of
my
your
turn.
tricks.
I draw.
I end my turn.
I set a monster.
Now,
That ends my turn.
face down defense. You don't want to do that.
It's my turn. I draw.
Now this was pure luck. I drew him to a Sonic Bird. So normal summon the bird, and bam, Chaos Form is in my hand. Activated, tribute, and out he comes. Now, this is where things get tricky. Floodgate Trap Hole.
Do that.
And it works. So my all that effort's for nothing. My Chaos Max is face down permanently. So now I have to finish this duel without him because this is a once per duel effect. And of course you can't special summon in any other way except through ritual. So if this person were to get rid of my Chaos Max, which this person did not, that baffled me. If anything, you should have attacked a Chaos Max to get rid of it because it's 0 defense, at least it's gone. But defense draw saved the day.
It's not over. I draw.
And Sphere Karibo. I was surprised I didn't see any Sphere Karibos earlier in this duel. I got 3 of them. But I got an egg,
I draw.
and really it's
Face down on the field.
back to my usual strategy. Just keep using Blue Eyes
Attack.
and the effects to take down my opponent.
I activate my monster's effect.
I end my turn.
And that was a mistake on my part because Gravekeeper's Heretic is unaffected by card effects, so I done goofed on that part. So we're doing with the typical Cosmo Brain. I want to get rid of that back row because you don't know. Walla D, another good card to use. And there. So despite getting Chaos Max out, I did not get to use him for the victory. So
Your copy is weak.
yeah, that's a really good example. Really, really good example of how he's not always the win button. All right, now let's see here. Against Isis and Septo Kaiba. Okay. Let's go into this one. I am seeing people playing the new Seto Kaiba, the Dark Side Dimensions version, more often because if you play as Seto Kaiba against other legendary duelists or in PvP, you can get the beatdown skill, which is still very good, one of my favorite skills, but I'm not gonna lie, the alternative evolution I think works better. I've been using that skill a lot. So I am going second, which is great, because once it gets to turn 6, I can get Chaos Max out onto my top of my deck faster. So after that, I got Sonic Bird, but it doesn't matter. I already got a Chaos Form in my hand, so I'm going to use him as a defense. I got Sphere Kuribo as backup.
Here I go. Make your move. My turn. I draw.
Defense drop, again. Lots of defense. At least I thought I did. Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone is it's a wonderful, wonderful card, but you do have to be careful because it does cost you 1,000 life points. Not a big deal in the physical card game, but you only have 4,000 life points to work with in Duel Links, so I wouldn't use it just willy-nilly. Turn 6, bam, use my skill. Chaos Max is now on the top of my deck. I got my Chaos Form, I got my Tribute ready to go, and this person got everything to defend. So this person was being cautious. And I can tell they're playing Blue Eyes because if you hit the card, odds are it's a egg, something with great effect, but it doesn't matter. Chaos Max is coming out. Anything with 2,000 or less defense is dead. So here I go. Bam, 7,000 damage. Crazy. Crazy.
A win is a win.
Oh, yes. So even if you're playing on the defensive like that, it's not a guarantee. So last one is another great example of how being cautious and being defensive may not be the best strategy if you're going against Chaos Max. Mokuba, the old school Mokuba. I have the new one unlocked. I haven't really played with the skills yet, but I do like the new design better. So, decent hand, typical, and I'm going second. Great for me. So this person right away is playing Red Eyes. So I knew what was coming, at least I thought until I saw the Red Eye Spirit. So like, hey, where's the Red Eyes Fusion? So this kind of threw me for a loop. I'm like, what is this person planning? So hey, I'm going to the defensive. Got my egg out to bring out a monster. Got my Sphere Kuribo. So yes, for opening hand, this is very, very good. And this person still didn't draw anything, or at least is being cautious. So defense draw. Turn attack power into 0. Any damage into 0. Draw a card. Or plus any defense. Okay. Scoring up ultimate defeat because it's turn 6. Got my Chaos Form. So unless this person does something soon, this is it. This person got nothing. So another Red Eyes Insight. They're going to bring back a Red Eyes. Now, this person goes into battle phase but won't attack. So what they're thinking is, hey, this person probably has an egg. You're playing Seto Kaiba, odds are you're playing Blue Eyes. So this person's being cautious, doesn't want to attack my egg so I can get a Blue Eyes out. Doesn't matter. Chaos Form, Tribute. Come on out. Chaos Max. You don't know what I'm going to be doing here. I'm cautious about that back row because I learned from the previous duels, especially with Wall of D. So I get rid of that back row, but I Red Eye Spirit, so doesn't matter. Back rows always scare me. So anyway, doesn't matter. Bam, 6,600 damage. So there you go. Now, as a competitive deck, will Chaos Max blow you all the way through ranked duels? The short answer is no. I don't think this is a deck that will take a lot of events or any competitions in Duel Links. Because for one, you have to get to turn 6, and you have to build your deck around that. Once it happens. But again, while he's strong, he's not invincible. So now that people's aware of what this card can do, everyone is going to be filling up their back row with good defense. So again, Drowning Mirror Force is one of the best ones you can use. You can use Wall of D to decrease the attack. There's lots of non-targeting effects that can decrease Chaos Max's attack power. The Floodgate Trap Hole is probably one of the best. It does not target. So yes, personally I think a typical Blue Eyes deck with Beatdown or Alternative Evolution would be the best. Don't go, I mean, it's really good for the novelty aspect, if anything else. But hey, this is still the early stages of Chaos Max. I have made changes to my deck. Still experimenting, so if I come up with something better than what I already have, I'll definitely post a profile on this or any more replays. But as of now, my success rate with this deck it's been about 50-50-ish. You know, I'll win 3 duels, I'll probably lose 3 duels. It all depends. So yes, definitely give him a try. He's a lot of fun. A lot of people don't really expect it this soon of the release of this card. So remember to be a good sport, play the game, not the vein. See ya. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe and be sure to click on the bell for notifications. You can also check me out on Facebook. The link is in the description below. Happy dueling!